iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. Mamelodi Sundowns beat AS FAR in the first leg of the CAF Champions League final. Sundowns leave a lot of goals on the table. Could have wrapped up the final and the second star would have been printed before they make the journey up north to Morocco. So many goals left on the table. Brayan Leon will have sleepless nights tonight because he had two gilt-edged opportunities to win the game for Sundowns. Of course, Sundowns won, but they would have taken the opposition out completely. The positive is that Sundowns, with the chances that they created, they can rest assured that at least they are good for an away goal. Of course, football does not have therefore that means. We don't know that, but from the strength of the two teams, FAR Rabat did not offer anything. Sundowns were the superior team. They left a lot of goals on the table. Maybe, based on what we saw with Sundowns from the first leg, we can say they are good for an away goal. That means FAR Rabat will have to beat Sundowns by 3 goals. But of course, those goals have not been scored yet. Tso Vilakazi, former Mamelodi Sundowns attacking midfielder. Your thoughts on the game, sir?
Mr. Kunjani mfethu?
Yes, sir.
Right mfethu no man. Angibulisa uStizi.
Yes, sir.
Ngibulisa chairman my chairman.
Nginekhanya.
Ngibulisa uBobo Kharuso.
Yes, sir.
Nomhlekazi omhle. Ongasubhubha ke cawe.
Yes, sir.
Ngibona amehlo akhe abova ngazi kwenze njani. Nginibulisa nani emakhaya. Cela support njalo iDiskiTV. Zobe nje njalo angijike futhi. Angasazi sichazela umhlekazi ukuthi wayamehlo akhe abova.
Sikhulumile last time ngendaba ye premature ejaculation. Ukuthi premature celebrations, premature ejaculation. Because I think but of course we have the next weekend. Orbit College will have to pull a rabbit out of the hat. Sundowns, many goals left on the table.
Yeah, Mr. Nkeo, one I will say well done to Mamelodi Sundowns. I think they did very well, especially second half. They played very well. They created chances. Mr. Nkeo, actually we're supposed to say now. The star should be in Sundowns.
It was supposed to be printing.
Already now. Yeah, as you know, we're gonna sleep tonight, tomorrow. It should be there. So yeah, Brayan. Man, I never thought it can be you, man. You know, he did very well. He find himself in good areas. 1v1 with the keeper again. The free kick.
Oh wow!
Look. They played very well. I think they adjusted from first half to second half because first half there and there, but second half, you know, more attack. They tried to create chances and they created chances just to put the ball in the net. And I don't know what happened, but I think.
Can you explain what happened to Brayan Leon and what's your feeling about those missed opportunities?
You know, Mr. Nkeo, the final it's a different ball game, Mr. Nkeo. Yes. We know him that he's a goal scorer. He always scores. You know, every time he's been given a chance, you know, difficult balls, easy balls, just put them in the back of the net. But a final, sometimes you feel the pressure, Mr. Nkeo, in the final. So in my thinking is that he felt a lot of pressure and, you know, looking at how these defenders have been kicking him from behind and all of that. So I think it's just one of those games. I will put it that way. It's one of those games where you can play good, but you fail to score. And that's what he did. You know, he made good runs, find himself in good position, but just to convert it, he couldn't do that. And hope maybe saving this two for next week.
Well, he owes them now for next week.
Definitely.
He owes them an away goal.
Definitely. He needs to make sure that these 2 chances, he needs to bury them next week because as a top striker like him, you know, everyone relies on him. And if he misses, now you leave us with no hope to say who's going to come in and do it for us. So, but he did very well, you know, the tough defenders there. But to be honest, Mr. Nkeo, good second half. Very good second half. Mamelodi Sundowns controlling the game, creating chances, Saleh coming in, Mr. Miyake coming in. And they make sure that we keep that lead. And yeah, what more can we ask?
Yeah, you would have thought that perhaps with the breakdown in VAR as well and the delay at the start of the second half that the players would have been called, but it's actually in the second half that they started picking up.
Look, I think it was a blessing in disguise for the delay of the VAR because, you know, they started second half as if the game is just starting now. You know, how the energy, you know, the passing, how the control. And, you know, my worry now, Mr. Nkeo, it's Modiba. I don't know that injury.
Well, you
how
tell
is
us
it?
because you experienced. Because us, when we see hamstring,
Yeah.
we think 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So what's going to happen? You think he might try to make it next week?
No, how he went out. I think he can play. He can play. You know, there's tricks that we do as coaches and the medical team. You know, everyone that is involved in terms of making players to be ready. But I think he can play, especially now as we are leading. I don't think it's a major thing, because looking at him, even after they took him out, he's still walking like normal. Because if it was a serious one, he was really not gonna walk.
Yeah. I mean, injuries were a theme today because also we saw Cupido.
Yeah.
And we thought he was out for the rest of the season.
Yep.
And Sundowns knew they have a headache at centre back, so they have to bring him back. So this thing of patching up people because there's a final to be played is not only Mudiba for next week, it's also
Yeah.
Cupido as well.
Yeah.
What did you think of him when you saw him in the starting lineup and also his performance today?
Look, Mr. Geo, I was very scared, to be honest, that he got injured, and we hear that he's got a fracture. And so now, as playing against these guys, we know how these guys sometimes they can be dirty in the game. You know that the physicality, pushing each other, fighting for the ball, and all of that. Maybe the contact is gonna cause a harm in him, but it happens that. I think he played very well because he didn't have any difficulties in the game, including Daman and Damane also. They never had anything that really worries them in terms of fighting. But yeah, I was very worried, but he played well. What can we say? You know, he
It
played
does
well.
prove that the concern we all had,
Yeah.
Sundowns fans, commentators,
Everyone.
analysts,
Yeah.
people who follow football, we knew
Yeah.
that because TS Galaxy scored so many goals,
Yeah.
Siwelele scored so many goals, it means Sundowns have a crisis. They can't
Yeah.
use Ukekana, he's suspended,
Yeah.
Cupido is injured. It shows Uguti when they patch him up and say, oh, daughter, Sundowns knew that they have a big headache there.
Definitely, Mr. Kew. I mean, we all saw that it's a crisis. You know, no one is available. You know, there's injuries, suspension. So we have to beg him. We have to ask the doctors, get all the specialists to make sure that what is that we can do for him to play the game. Because other than that, there's nothing else, Mr. Kew, that really it could happen. So they had to sit down, think, get all the advices in terms of him to come and play. And in all of that, I'm 100% sure that they also prayed to say, with all the risk that we are going to take, let's hope that he's not going to get any contact. Because if he's going to get a contact, it was going to be worse.
Yeah.
But now I'm happy that he played the game, the team won. Then the second round, Kekana will be back because the suspension is going to be done now. So he's going to be back. So maybe he's going to rest a bit.
Yeah, Farabat got what they deserved. They didn't offer anything going forward, which is not a bad thing for them because they didn't want to win this game.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need to be in that dressing room. We can only look at the match and you can tell that they didn't want to win the game. They got what they deserved. In fact, they got a discount on what they deserve because Sundowns missed the opportunity.
Definitely.
So what is their thinking about this game? If it's 1-0, taking it back home, they realize, Uguti, yes, we lost, but it's not like we were searching for the goals.
Yeah, I think they came to the game to say, you know what, they've got problems. We're going to play our normal game. We're not going to attack. We're just going to be cautious. If they scored one, it's okay. But when we get home, we're going to get, we're going to get the goals. We're going to win at home. But this is how they normally play. When they go away, they always like, but at home they come, can't blazing. But one thing that they don't see is that this Sundowns team,
Sundowns have an away goal in them.
They
Sundowns
are
have an away goal.
capable.
Whatever you
of
think, even if
getting-
it was 0-0,
Yeah.
Sundowns have an away goal in them. They should have seen Esperance. Sundowns have an away goal in them.
This is one thing that I don't think that it's part of their plan. They've never planned on that. If they've planned, they were gonna go and say, let's get one also us, because we know these guys they will score anyway. But now they think that no, Sundowns will not going to score. Sundowns will score. And if you count the chances that Leon that missed, the the
Kutlwana
upright,
Letlaku.
Kutlwana Letlaku. All those balls are in. The score should be 5.
That's why I'm saying they got a discount.
They're lucky. They're lucky, especially the one of Kutlwano there, and I would say Kutlwano and Brayan and Leon there, 1v1 and the pending one. They should be in. So they are lucky. So when you play against a team like Sundowns, you must know that they will score. As much as they're going to come to Sundowns and say we're going to attack Sundowns, they must know that Sundowns is capable of scoring. And you can be surprised that they'll come at Sundowns, we can win that game 2-0.
Yeah. I need to let you go.
Yeah.
What's the dressing room of Sundowns? What are they thinking?
Yeah. One is they're happy. They've got a win with 1 goal. Yes, we had an opportunity to get more goals. It didn't happen. But now the worry will be, let's look at the medical team now. Guys, what needs to be done so that everyone should be ready next week? Because now we've got casualty now. Another casualty again in the room. So can we work now? That's one thing that is worrying Sundowns now, is that can we get everyone ready for next week?
All right. 10 years ago, Mamelodi Sundowns won the CAF Champions League. 10 years later, they're looking to add a second star in their history. They've already have 1 foot, or at least half of the star has been printed. They now have to go and get the half in the country of Morocco. Yeah. iDiskiTV Times was suspecting.
Hola Bafetu, this is Junior Kanye. Please subscribe to iDiskiTV.
This is Bongane Benedict Vilakazi, they call me Tso. Niyazi bafethu, amakhosi for life, they are back in winning ways. Please, siyacela ukuthi subscribe iDiskiTV.